boys and my boys.
The blood-sucking Brady Bunch.
I still want you, Lucy.
I didn't invite you this time, Max.
When The Lost Boys hit theaters in 1987, it didn't just reinvent the vampire genre, it electrified it with rock music, rebellious youth, and gothic 1980s style that no horror film had ever dared to mix before. Joel Schumacher transformed what began as a light-hearted, child-friendly adventure into a dark, sensual, and rebellious masterpiece, dripping with leather, neon, and attitude. The story of two brothers moving to the coastal town of Santa Carla, a sun-drenched paradise hiding a blood-soaked secret, felt both fresh and dangerous. The movie captured the spirit of teenage rebellion and eternal youth, turning vampires into the ultimate symbols of cool. Every frame felt like a music video, motorcycles roaring through the mist, beach bonfires burning against the dark sky, and a haunting soundtrack pulsing with energy. It wasn't just a horror movie, it was a cultural revolution dressed in fangs and eyeliner. Behind the scenes, though, The Lost Boys was just as strange and chaotic as the story it told. The original script was written for 13-year-old vampires, more like a spooky version of the Goonies. But when Schumacher came aboard, he threw out the childish tone and made it seductive, violent, and glam. He pushed for a cast that oozed charisma, from the quiet intensity of Jason Patric to Kiefer Sutherland's hypnotic menace as David, leader of the undead gang. Even accidents became part of the film's legend. Sutherland's bleached blonde hair came from a dye mishap, and the director loved it so much he made it part of the character's identity. The boardwalk town of Santa Carla was actually Santa Cruz, California, and locals were so nervous about the "murder capital of the world" sign that it caused protests. But it stayed in the film, giving it that perfect, creepy edge. And then there were the unforgettable moments that cemented The Lost Boys as a cult classic. The oiled-up saxophone player performing at the beach party wasn't a random extra. He was Tim Capello, Tina Turner's real-life saxophonist, whose wild performance became an instant pop culture meme decades later. Corey Feldman and Corey Haim brought comic relief and heart to the story, creating one of the most iconic duos in 80s cinema. Feldman, under Schumacher's direction, studied Rambo, First Blood Part 2, to get into the mindset of a vampire-hunting soldier, giving his lines that exaggerated heroic intensity fans still quote today. Even the set itself added to the myth. The vampire cave was a fully built structure, complete with an upside-down skeleton chandelier, eerie, moody, and unforgettable. Over the years, The Lost Boys has refused to die. It inspired sequels, comics, and endless imitations, but none ever captured the same strange magic. The film's mix of dark humor, youthful rebellion, and gothic romance remains unmatched. Its haunting theme song, "Cry Little Sister," was written in a single day, yet became an anthem for an entire generation of horror fans. More than 3 decades later, it still holds that same hypnotic pull. A cinematic fever dream where vampires surf the night sky, and teenagers wrestle with immortality under flickering neon lights. The Lost Boys wasn't just about the undead, it was about staying young forever, living without rules, and burning bright in the shadows of the California moon.